I get asked all the time for recommendations on Sims packs, and I get it, because there are a lot of packs to choose from, and some of them are a waste of money. So I understand wanting a second opinion before you go and buy a pack. So I thought it would be fun today to rank all of the Sims packs from need it all the way down to delete it. Keeping in mind though, these are my opinions about the Sims games. Obviously, you and I have different tastes, so you might love a pack that I don't like very much, and that's totally fine. There will also probably be a lot of things that we agree on. I hate to bring her up so soon, but luxury party stuff, I think we're all on the same page about. I have actually made a Sims pack tier list before, but it was a while ago, so I feel like we're due for an update. And I will also link this down below, my tier list page that I made. It's got all of the packs except for the 2 most recent kits because I couldn't find icons for them, so I just didn't put it on here. I did search, but blooming rooms and modern menswear, nowhere to be found. I'll tell you right now, meh. All the kits, meh. Okay, first of all, you need the base game. You can't even argue it, it's just a fact. But the rest of the packs, this is where the opinions come out. I will say that I think Seasons is the best pack hands down for The Sims 4. I need it. Something interesting about all of the packs is that you kind of have to go out of your way to use them. You have to like choose to be a celebrity or choose to go to university. But with Seasons, it affects every aspect of your gameplay. There's always weather, there's always a season. You don't have to like choose to actively be involved in it, it just happens to you. So I feel like it changes every aspect of the game and really expands it like you would expect. I guess one downside, it doesn't come with a world, but it does change like every world, so I really like Seasons. If you were gonna get one pack, that's the one I would recommend. I'm also a really big fan of city living. I love having apartments, I love the world. It's got a lot of good clothes and furniture and food. Like, city living is just a lot of fun. Cats and dogs, same thing. I love the world. I also love playing with pets. That one I use in pretty much every single one of my saves. It's got good furniture, it's got good gameplay, it's just all around a good one. But you know what? I don't think I need any other expansion packs. I like them, but I don't need them. I think everybody needs the free holiday pack. I mean, it's free, so you're not gonna turn that one down. As far as game packs go, there are a couple I would rank as need it. Parenthood, I use all the time. One, the furniture is great, but also similar to Seasons, the gameplay that it adds kind of just expands generally on families. It just like happens to you. You don't have to go out of your way to use it, and I like that about it. And oh my god, I think we all know, Dream Home Decorator, I am obsessed with. I use the furniture from Dream Home Decorator in literally every build. They just added so much furniture. So if you're into building, you absolutely need Dream Home Decorator. That pack has so much good stuff. I don't even use the gameplay. I use the furniture in every house. It came with 2 kitchen sets. It's got like 8 beds. I mean, it has so much stuff. But that's about it for the needed game packs. The kits, those we can get to later. I don't need any of those. Okay, there are 2 stuff packs I'm gonna say you need. The first of which you might find very surprising. I'm gonna rank Mosquito at the very top. Okay, this is controversial, but hear me out. The cast, terrible. The build by, decent, small but decent, but the gameplay, like the photos you can take with this pack. So in this one, they added this tripod that you can use to take photos of your Sims, and with it, you can get like way better photos than ever before, because you can move the camera around more freely and you can just get better family photos. And I'm one to have like walls covered in photos of my Sims in my Sims family's houses, so I really like this pack for that reason. She's probably not the best value for your money. Like, you could probably buy a pack that has better on all 3 sides, but I need that pack. I use it a lot. Tiny Living though, that one, great value for your money. Similar to Dream Home Decorator in the sense that I use the build stuff all the time. It's got really cute cast items, and the gameplay of it, like the tiny house thing, I use that in like every starter home. I have all of my Sims start out in tiny houses because they get so many perks. You get like double skill gain, double friendship gain from being in a tiny house, and when you're playing in a starter home, it's pretty tiny anyway. So I love Tiny Living. All right. To the second tier. I really, really like Discover University. I think the gameplay is fun. I think all of the clothing is amazing. The build buy stuff is kind of meh. It's very like specific to a university, but it's just a fun pack. I like it a lot. Eco Lifestyle, same thing. The gameplay is great. I use it all the time. The build stuff is amazing. I love the world. Get Together is a sneaky one because I feel like you wouldn't expect it to be as good as it is. It was one of the earliest expansion packs for The Sims 4, which automatically means it's going to be a little bit worse. You'll notice that slowly all of the packs get better. Like, they come with more stuff. The stuff is better as we get later on in The Sims. So those early packs are the worst ones. But Get Together, the club system, I use all the time. It's great to like make up friend groups. I don't really use it for like the, hey, this is my chess club or like my reading group. I use it more of like, hey, this is my Sims friend group, or like, hey, these are my Sims cousins all together. And it's a good way to like organize families and friend group structures by like making clubs, or a good way to meet single Sims if you're looking to date, because you can make a club full of only single people and then date them. And the world's just amazing. Windenburg is, I think, one of the best worlds in The Sims 4. Similarly, cottage living, I love the world and all the furniture is great. The cast is, I think, the best in The Sims 4. Like, I love cottage living. I've gotten a lot of use out of it since it came out, and it's the most recent expansion pack. As far as game packs go, I think I'd say that I like Dine Out. Dine Out's got a few problems. She's glitchy, it's slow, like the service in restaurants is slow. It didn't come with a new world, but the idea of like taking my Sims to restaurants and also running restaurants is really fun. I have my Sims go on dates to restaurants all the time, and I like to build them. Like, I have a lot of fun picking out custom menus and stuff. So I like Dine Out. I think it's a good one. I wish it was a little bit better, but I like it. Same thing, Spa Day. I would usually have ranked like way down. It was the second ever game pack, but they just did a huge Spa Day update a couple months ago, and they added more aspirations, they added more items, they added nail polish, and I think that the update makes it really fun. Like, I kind of love Spa Day again, and it also comes with a new death, and you'll notice that packs that come with new deaths, new woohoo spots, and worlds are usually pretty high on my list. The last game pack that I would put in Like It, I think, would be Outdoor Retreat, but I'm trying to be logical because I know that I have a lot of nostalgia for Outdoor Retreat. I really enjoy Outdoor Retreat because it was the first ever game pack. It was the first ever pack for The Sims. Like, I was so excited about that one, and I played with it a lot in the early Sims days because there was nothing else to play with. But it also is really small compared to the other game packs, so I feel very in between on this one. I think she belongs in meh though, but I will say that I like her. The kits I am yet again skipping. They don't belong up here. Stuff packs. Okay, paranormal stuff absolutely belongs in the Like It category. That pack is so good. It has a new career. It's got a new lot type. It's got a million furniture items. It's got a ton of cast stuff. That is by far the best stuff pack. I mean, it probably belongs in Need It. I don't use the career that much, so I didn't put it up there. This one is the most value for your money stuff pack wise. You're gonna get the most stuff in that one compared to all the other stuff packs. This one is like 3 times the size of luxury party stuff. The first ever pack, it's ridiculous. I very much vouch for that pack. I don't even care about ghosts, and I really vouch for that pack. This is a weird one, but I also really like backyard stuff. I think backyard stuff is a lot of fun. I'm a bit biased because it was the first pack I ever got sent early, so I have like really fond memories of it, but there's a lot of cute items both for cast and build mode, and the like gameplay thing from backyard stuff was those water slides, and they're really cute. Like, I've had a lot of fun playing with my Sims in those. It's a solid pack. It's fine. It's not the best, but it's good. Also, weird one, romantic garden stuff. This one has a ton of cute casts. It's got some fun furniture. It also has a lot of landscaping stuff, like pretty flowers for your yard. 2 gameplay items. One, like a fountain your Sims can toss a coin into and like jump in and stuff, but also the wishing well. And your Sims can get really lucky or really unlucky in that wishing well, and it's really fun. I have like recently rediscovered it, and I love romantic garden stuff. It's great. I don't need it, but I like it. And lastly, I like Nifty Knitting. I think it's a fun one. I like having a new skill. I like the Plopsy Etsy kind of thing you can sell your stuff on. The cast is cute. It was fan voted, so we all got to like vote on concept art leading up to the release to see what was actually going to be into it. So I really like that pack. It's a good one. I think this is where a lot of my opinions have kind of changed in the last year, by the way. I may have ranked these differently in the past, but this is how I'm feeling right now, okay? In the meh category, I'm gonna stick all the rest of the expansion packs. Get to Work. Get to Work is like pretty solidly meh. I feel like it was the first expansion pack, so it's bound to be worse. The careers were fun, but kind of repetitive. The world was small. It was just like the 4 little lot shopping district called Magnolia Promenade. The retail system is pretty cool, but I wish it would be updated, you know? It's just like fine. Truly, I debated putting Get Famous and Hate It. Look, here's my thing with Get Famous. The world sucks. I feel like there was so much potential in that world to make like a super cool LA kind of vibe, but it's just not how I pictured it. All of the pre-built lots are horrifying. Half of them are missing toilets. Like, there's mansions in that world that don't even have any toilets. There's bathrooms with no toilet. I don't even want to bring up the museum, but you know what I'm talking about. And like the starter home neighborhood, I want to have a bunch of tiny lots, but they're like 40 by 30. How are you going to put a starter home on a 40 by 30 lot? And they don't even touch the sidewalk. You know how they put lots in The Sims 4 where like the lots here and the sidewalks over here? Why don't they line up? Oh my god. Anyway, I find the get famous world so infuriating. I can't. I think the career is fun. It's kind of repetitive similarly. Being famous is fun, but I don't use it that much. It does have some cool furniture, but like some of it's a little bit too wacky, you know, like zebra print and stuff. It's just fine. It's fine. I don't love it. I almost hate it. It's fine. Island Living, on the opposite side, has an amazing world. Like, it is stunning. I just feel like the gameplay is kind of meh in Island Living. I'm kind of just hoping for more. It just leaves me wanting more. There's like a little mini clean up the trash quest you can do, which is like fine. They added a few more part-time jobs, which is fine. You can swim in the ocean, which is super fun, but like, to me, the beach is the only solid part of that pack, so it's not one I go to very often. Though I do love the world. Snowy Escape is great. Snowy Escape, same thing, has an amazing world. I would know. I helped build the lots in it. My houses are in that pack. But sort of similarly, the gameplay kind of falls flat to me. It's like skiing, you know? Like, it's not one that I'm gonna have my Sims use every single day. It's fun when I use it, but I feel like I have to go out of my way to use it. It's not one that I like have my Sims up in the mountains all the time for. And I found that I mostly like packs when I can get many functions out of them. There's always going to be things you don't use every single save, but I also like it when there's a lot of stuff that I can get a lot of use out of. And Snowy Escape has great cast, it's got great build stuff, the world's cute, but I don't go there all the time. Honestly, I think most of the rest of the game packs are like fine content-wise. And this is a personal preference thing. Like, I'm gonna rank vampires and spellcasters as being meh, just because I never play with occults. I will say they both have super cute worlds, although the lots are horrible. Like the pre-built houses and stuff, so embarrassing. But that's a common theme, okay? The worlds are fine. We expect the lots to be bad. I think that the tier system, like the vampires leveling up and stuff, is really cool. Like, they're genuinely very well done. I just don't play with vampires. I just don't care about vampires. And you might, they could be at the very top of your list. That's totally fine. I just don't care personally. Jungle Adventure 2 is just fine. Like, the world is great, the gameplay is fun, but going through the tombs is kind of repetitive. I will say I love the build stuff from that pack. I use it all the time, but I don't find myself going on vacation there that often anymore. I used to before we had Island Living, because I would use it as like a tropical honeymoon sort of spot, but now I don't really feel the need to go there anymore, so I just don't. The kits are still being ignored. As far as stuff packs go, I think a lot of these are pretty meh. Movie Hangout's cute. It's got some fun furniture and fun cast. I like having my Sims watch films. Popcorn's fine. Kids room stuff's got some cute items. The void critters are fun. Cool Kitchen's got a nice kitchen set. It's fun. I like the bowling skill. It's cool to get a new skill in a stuff pack. Oh, Laundry Day is good. I like Laundry Day. Put her at the top of the stuff packs. That's a good one. I mean, it's a good fine one. Toddler stuff is cute. It's nice to have more things for toddlers. I will say I like having a butler. Like, Vintage Glamour came with some fine furniture items. I don't use them that much, but they're fine. But the gameplay was the ability to hire a live-in butler. That's pretty fun. And you know what? You might think this is weird. I'm gonna put My First Pet stuff at the top of the stuff packs in the meh category. You know why? Because My First Pet stuff came with a death. That pack itself, controversial. It's like a pack for a pack. You have to have cats and dogs to get all of the items that are in My First Pet stuff. It's really bizarre. But if you buy one of the rats and your sim gets bit by it, you might get sick and they can die of rat disease. They start like foaming all green in the mouth. Oh, it's amazing. I really, I really enjoy the death. Is it worth the money? Probably not. But the death is pretty fun. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead to delete it because I feel more strongly about this. The bottom of my ranking. Oh my god, The Sims 4 Journey to Batuu. I don't know why they did that. I have absolutely no use for a Star Wars pack. I never go to it. The only thing I like in that pack are the 2 stone floorings. Otherwise, waste of 20 bucks. I don't recommend buying it unless you're a huge Star Wars fan. Luxury Party Stuff is the stupidest pack ever made for The Sims 4. It was the first pack, so it's bound to be small. It literally has like 6 items, and one of them is a glowing cube. It's like a glowing cube. That's it. I mentioned it before, but it's like a third of the size of the more recent stuff packs. It is really and truly a waste of money. Like, I'm sorry if you bought it. I bought it. I wasn't a YouTuber at the time. It sucks. There's like some okay casts. A couple of the furniture things are cute, but in general, it's just not worth $10. You cannot call it a stuff pack when you're looking at paranormal stuff next to it. Like, the two just do not compare. I would truly never recommend you buy it. I will say the buffet table it came with is useful because you can like serve 6 full dishes at once and just like press a button and then there's cooked food there. But is that worth $10? No. Strangerville, I'm very between hate it and delete it. I feel like I have so many issues with Strangerville. because the world is super cool. There's a lot of potential there. I like the idea of a gameplay like storyline kind of vibe in The Sims. I just cannot get over how bad the houses are in that pack. That was like the final straw for me, man. When they started building those, I was like, it's literally empty. Like there are mansions that have bedrooms with one single bed and nothing else. Mansions. One single bed. It's weird and it's such a waste. Like I feel like they really had to learn from that to start prioritizing the pre-built lots. Because at the time, console didn't even have galleries. So like you couldn't even replace them if you were playing on console. It sucked. And I don't find myself playing with Strangerville. Like, look, the cast is not that good. There's not a lot of useful build items. It was kind of a flop, at least in my opinion. The other stuff packs, they're going and hate it. I used to like Perfect Patio stuff, but then they added a hot tub to the base game. So there's still 2 really nice hot tubs and like the furniture's really nice. There's like less furniture in that pack than the other ones, but it's still cute. I just feel like there's not really a reason to buy this pack anymore because you have a hot tub in the base game, unless you like use the hot tubs all the time and want a better one. You can woohoo in hot tubs though, so I guess that's a perk. Spooky stuff, I just don't care about it. It's not even like spooky. It's like Halloween spooky, like cutesy spooky. So it's really just a pack of Halloween decorations. And we kind of have a lot of that stuff in seasons now. So I just don't really feel a need to have spooky stuff. And I also don't really care about Halloween as a holiday. So like I just, nah. Fitness stuff, I simply do not care about. I never use anything from that pack. I guess it came with a pretty cool rock climbing wall, but even that I never use. It's enormous and I just don't put it anywhere. I wouldn't buy that one. I think that's an important thing to note. The ones at the bottom here, I wouldn't have bought if it wasn't a YouTuber. I just don't care about it. And that leaves us with the kits. Oh my God, the kits. So I feel like I need a category in between hate it and delete it for like wish it didn't exist, but whatever, I have it now. Cause that's where I would put the kits. Now keep in mind, there's actually 2 more kits that I don't have icons for. So we've got a bunch of them. They're all $5 and they're really small. They're about luxury party stuff size. They all have like 20 items in them and they're like pretty niche. So I don't think they intend for every person to buy every single one of these. It's more like if you really love 90s fashion, you might like the throwback fit kit. Or if you love building cottages, you'd probably like the country kitchen kit. So these are hard for me to rank because I know that my opinion might be the complete opposite of yours because you might love the cast ones and hate the build ones or whatever. I love the build ones. I've gotten a lot of use out of the build ones, although I try to not use them because I know most people don't have them. Like the country kitchen kit, honestly, I hate it the least. I like the country kitchen kit. I would probably buy that one if I was not a YouTuber. Same with the plant one. I like that one. I'd probably buy it. Bust the Dust is so glitchy and so annoying, but I also like the idea of gameplay kits, and I probably would have bought that one as well if I wasn't a YouTuber. Now, looking back on it and having had it for a while and having it become more and more glitchy, I would probably wish I could unbuy it, but I do like the idea of the aspirations it comes with and the idea of more gameplay type kits, so take that with a grain of salt. And then as far as the rest of these go, I'd probably just rank like the build ones at the top and then the cast ones at the bottom. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think that I would buy the cast ones if it wasn't a YouTuber, just because I don't spend a lot of time in Create a Sim. I mostly build, so the cast ones don't really appeal to me. And I'm looking at $15 of cast kits right here, plus the one I don't have an icon for, the modern menswear kit. That's 20 bucks of just clothes. And I don't think I can justify that. The kits, I hate the idea of. I don't think any of them are bad. I don't think any of them are like worse than the others. I think they're all equally sad. I would be happier if I didn't have them, but now that I have them, they're fine. Does that make sense? But this right here is my tier list of packs for The Sims 4. I know it was a long video, and I know my opinions may have been a little bit controversial. Keep in mind, these are just my opinions on the packs. You might have completely opposite opinions, and that's totally fine. We don't all like the same things. You know, I always use vampires as an example because I can acknowledge that vampires is honestly a pretty good pack. It's a really solid pack. It's got good stuff in it. I just don't care about it. I never use vampires. Whereas you might love vampires and play with it every day. Maybe all your Sims are vampires, you know? That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. We just have different opinions, you know? We have different play styles. And again, most of my opinions are based on building and like very family-based gameplay and also deaths. deaths and woohoo spots, and you might not be like that. So I tried to give some context to all of my opinions to hopefully make it easier for you to decide. I am curious though to hear your opinions in the comments, and also when I link this tier list down below, if you do it, send me a tweet with yours because I'd like to see yours. I think I'm very fascinated by people's kit opinions. I think I'd like to see where you actually rank the kits. Like I put all of mine together because I just like don't care about them. But do you like need any of the kits, or do you want to delete any of the kits? Let me know. Also, please don't yell at me for putting mosquito stuff at the very top of my list. I know that was a wild card, but I kind of like that one. My opinions have changed recently. I've learned a lot about mosquitoes. Anyway, with that being said, Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. You know what? I've got really simple opinions. You give me a death in The Sims, I love it immediately.